Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Dick Tracy Rodent figure. And this is from the Dick Tracy toy line from Playmates Toys from 1990. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the figure. Alright, so taking a look at the Rodent. Now this is, another one of the bad guys from the Dick Tracy toy line, and there is pretty much all the toys from the toy line are the bad guys except for two. And, another really nice interpretation of, this character from the movie. Now, the Rodent was in the beginning of the movie during that card game where Big Boy's Men, Flat Top, and Itchy came in and shot them all up. So he was not in the movie very long, but they captured the essence of that character in that style they were going for, which is that bulky Ninja Turtle style character. Because this toy line is also made from by Playmates, which made the Ninja Turtles toy line 2 years prior, and they're trying to bank off that style body. So that's why he's got that overemphasized features and his body style, the stocky legs. It's almost exactly like a Ninja Turtle figure. Now this toy line, emphasis on the over-the-top. It's got the over-the-top emphasized features, and it's one of those things where a lot of people either like it or don't. I like this toy line. I love this toy line as far as the overall toy line, and I like the features that they put on these figures as well as the accessories. So, starting with the accessories, he comes with 3 accessories. He comes with basically a lead pipe, which looks really cool, and it has like these little rings, like little screw-in rings on the lead pipe, which is really cool. He also comes with probably the best version of the Tommy gun that the Dick Tracy toy line had. The other one was just almost looked like a dual barrel thick Tommy gun. Didn't look like a traditional Tommy gun like this. This looks like the standard Tommy gun, the 2 handles, very mobster looking, and I think it looks great. And then he also comes with that ammo belt, which can come off with all the bullets, which a lot of them came with. You can also put that on his waist if you'd like to do that as well. Moving on to articulation, he does turn at the head, but his collar does restrict rotating his head all the way around. You probably could if you really turned it, but there's a possibility you might damage the figure. He also moves his arms up and down, and then his hands just past the cufflink rotate on both sides, and then he's got his legs have this ball joint style movement, so he has really good articulation when it comes to both his legs. But pretty standard for this toy line. All the figures have the exact same articulation except for the blank, which doesn't have any kind of leg articulation at all because it has that trench coat style look to the toy, but everybody else has the same style articulation. Now, as far as the things I like about it, he looks really cool. The facial features, that long nose, which I'll show you, gives him that look to it that they also show that really good in the movie. I like the purple. It really stands out. He's all purple. It just sticks out, like a sore thumb. And he's also got cool little features. I like how he's a little rodent trap, the mouse trap in his thing, which I think is really cool as well. And you can also see, he's got his shirt coming through his jacket with this almost a maroon style, which also is on his hat up here, and then pretty plain on the back. But let's take a closer look at this guy. Here you can see Rodent's face, and it's a pretty good interpretation of what it looked like in the movie. Obviously, everything's overemphasized, facial expression, facial features, but it looks really good. He's got that real rodenty look to him. You can obviously see why he got his name. In the movie, his face looked a little bit more pitted and stuff, but overall, I think they did a good job, and I really like his little hat you know, it's a little bit different than the fedoras. I can't remember the specific name of this type of hat, but I think this hat looks really cool on this guy, and you know, definitely he did have that in the movie. Moving on to his midsection, like I said, the belt looks really cool, and you can't put this around his waist if you wanted to. Not much other features other than, you know, he does have a little tie back here with the same color shirt that's coming off over here. And here we have that mouse trap down here, and you can see the buttons and stuff like that, but you know, everything's just pretty bland on the back when it comes to the figures with the coats. And here's that look at that Tommy gun, which is just the best looking Tommy gun. Like I said, if you've seen the prune face or the flat top review that I've done, you'll have seen the other gun, and it's just not as cool. But, and then here we have the lead pipe, and it's got those little ridges right here, which looks really cool. You know, same lead pipe that comes with Itchy as well. But, you know, like I said, really looks good for the midsection. Moving on down to his feet, they're probably the blandest shoes, you know, in the toy line. They're pretty like black, you know, not much. There is some molding in there, so definitely gets that detail of those really cool looking penny loafer style shoes. I mean, you could see it looks pretty good as far as the detail, especially for a, you know, a figure like this. And for a size comparison, here we have next to the brow. So this is another character that was in that card game in the beginning of the movie that got shot up by Flat Top. And, you know, they look great together. All these figures in these toy line have these, you know, just like in the movie, these overemphasized colors. They really pop, gives you that over-the-top gangster style. They all have these over-the-top features where they get their names from, and I think that looks, you know, it looks really good, you know, translated into these figures. Like I said, there's, you know, this toy line is known for being over the top with the facial features and their structure of their body, and it's just one of those things you got to love or hate it. It's very similar to the Ninja Turtles. Like I said, it's the same, you know, toy line producer, and here we have the Raphael from the Ninja Turtle toy line from Playmates. You know, the Turtle toy line came out 2 years prior, and you can definitely see, I mean, even the way the legs are bent and stuff like that, everything's pretty much the same. Very similar in articulation as well. I mean, they were banking off the fact that kids were Ninja Turtle crazy at this time. And it's like a lot of people knock this toy line for being, you know, a copycat of Ninja Turtles and looking so similar, and the facial features just look terrible. But I really do like these guys. And, you know, this whole toy line, the accessories are awesome. If you were a kid, you know, growing up, you know, in the early 90s, these toys were awesome to have. The guns, the knives, you know, the bats. I mean, they had so much crazy stuff. The gun holsters, you know, the ammo belts, like Itchy has a grenade belt. It's just the little features you get with all these figures are really, really top notch. But another great looking figure. Like I said, it's a character that wasn't in the movie very long, but he got a toy, and the toy is really, really cool. And this is actually one of the ones I had as a kid. This is actually my exact figure I had as a kid, and I really do enjoy this guy. And once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.